Today's chapter is chapter 29 of Genesis. Jacob continued on his journey. He came to the land where the people from the east lived. He saw a well in the field. Three groups of sheep lay near it. Shepherds took water from the well to give their sheep. There was a large stone that covered the top of the well. The shepherds waited until the sheep were there together. Then they removed the stone from the top of the well. They gave their sheep water to drink, and then they put the stone back on the top of the well. Verse 4, Jacob asked the shepherds, "My brothers, where are you from?" The shepherds replied, "We're from Haran." Jacob said, "Do you know Laban? He is Nahor's grandson." The shepherds replied, "Yes, we know him." Jacob asked them, "Is he in the good health?" They replied, "Yes." Is he? Look, here comes his daughter now with their sheep. Her name is Rachel." Jacob said to them, "The sun is still high in the sky. It is not yet the right time to bring all the sheep together. So give them some water now. Then they can go back to the fields and eat more grass." The shepherds said, "We cannot do that. We have to wait until all the sheep are here together. Then we can remove the big stone from the well and we can give them water to the sheep." When Jacob was speaking to the shepherds, Rachel arrived there. She brought her father's sheep with her. She was taking care of them. Jacob saw Rachel. She was the daughter of his uncle Laban. Jacob saw that she had Laban's sheep with her. So Jacob went to the well and removed the big stone. Then he gave her water to Laban's sheep. Then Jacob kissed Rachel. He began to weep loudly. Jacob told Rachel that he was a relative of her father Laban. He told her that he was Rebekah's son. So Rachel ran home to tell her father. When Laban heard that what Rachel said, he went quickly to meet Jacob, his sister's son. He put his arms around Jacob and he kissed him. Laban brought Jacob to his home. Jacob told Laban all his news. Then Laban said, "Yes, you really are my own relative." So Jacob stayed with Laban for a month. Then Laban said to Jacob, "You should not work for me for nothing, because you are my relative. Tell me what I should pay you." Laban and his two daughters. The name of the older daughter was Leah. The name of the younger daughter was Rachel. Leah had weak eyes, but Rachel's face and her body were beautiful. Jacob loved Rachel. He said to Laban, "I will work for you for 7 years. In return, I want to marry your younger daughter, Rachel." Laban said, "It is better for you to marry her than another man. Stay here with me." Jacob worked 7 years to have Rachel as his wife, but 3 years passed very quickly because Jacob loved Rachel very much. 7 years seemed like a few days to Jacob. After 7 years, Jacob said to Laban, "Give me my wife. My time to work for you is finished, and I want to marry her." Laban called all the people into that place to come together. He prepared a big meal for them to eat. When evening came, Laban took his daughter Leah and gave her to Jacob. Jacob slept that night with her as his wife. Laban gave his female servant to Leah to be her servant. Her name was Zilpah. When morning came, Jacob saw that he slept with Leah. He said to Laban, "You have done a very bad thing to me. I worked for you to get Rachel as my wife. Why have you deceived me?" Laban replied, "In our land, we do not give the youngest daughter to a man first. We let the oldest marry first. So finish this week of Leah's marriage, then we will give you Rachel to marry too. But you must work another 7 years." So Jacob did what Laban said. He finished the marriage week to Leah. Then Laban gave Rachel to Jacob to be his wife. Laban gave his female servant to buy to Rachel to become her servant. Jacob slept with Rachel. He loved Rachel more than he loved Leah. He worked for Laban for 7 years. The Lord saw what Jacob The Lord saw that Jacob did not love Leah, so he let her become pregnant. But Rachel did not give birth to any children. Leah became pregnant and gave birth to a son. She called him Reuben. She said it was because the Lord had seen how I am. My husband will love me now because I have given birth to a son. Leah became pregnant again. She gave birth to another son. She said, the Lord has given me another son because he knows that I am not loved. She called him this son Simon. Leah became pregnant again. Later gave birth to another son. She said, now that I have given my husband 3 sons, so he will want to stay with me. She called this son Levi. Leah became pregnant again. She gave birth to another son. She said, this time I will praise the Lord. She called this son Judah. Then she stopped giving birth to children. Thank you for listening to this chapter with me. God bless and have a good day.